will reward you well. We owe you much.
No, I'm sorry. I'm afraid we must be off.
Who is this guy? Budget
Goodbye,
Robin
Doctor.
Hood.
Yeah,
Goodbye. Goodbye.
when you order Robin Hood off of
You are
Wish.com.
truly a great magician, Doctor.
To tell you the truth,
We've got Robin Hood at home.
I'm not a magician at all.
What's so sure about?
Well, hello and welcome to the Shallow Proclamation. My name is Thomas and I'm joined by...
Paul.
And we're watching Doctor Who Time Warrior Part 4. This has been a cracking story so far, I think. What about you?
Yeah, really enjoyed it. I must say as well, I really love the colours on this intro.
Yes.
Kind of oil on water. I must have said that when we first watched it 2 months ago, but because it's been a while.
Wish for my answer, Doctor.
I do.
Yeah,
Very
they've
much
gone
so.
for a much more 3D feel, haven't they, than the original Howl Around.
That's true. Very much that sort of time tunnel idea beginning to emerge as well.
Yeah.
Female too. It seems I am doubly fortunate.
I always think the Sontaran gun always reminds me a bit of like one of those cigarette holders, you know, like Cruella de Vil has a cigarette holder.
Yes, it does,
You know,
doesn't it? Like the old Hollywood
Yeah,
kind of
you
thing.
stick it in the end.
Audrey Hepburn.
My only concern
Yeah,
is
yeah.
enjoying our glorious struggle.
I love the fact you went for Audrey Hepburn, I went for Cruella de Vil.
You know there's no such thing as the clever race.
Your Time Lord
Might be
philosophy
because
is
I
egalitarian
watched an
power.
Audrey Hepburn movie quite recently.
Oh, really?
Every species has its own weakness.
Gerard. Yeah, that was good actually.
You can only be stunned by a blow on the probic vent. That small hole at the back.
Have you ever been stunned by a blow on
Now,
the
please, Doctor,
probic
if you
vent?
suspect,
Paul?
we must always face our enemies. As we return to the
That's
Christian
cool. That's a
lives.
classic era feature. I was wondering if that
I
was
think
going to
it would
come
be
in.
better
The weakness
if you
of the
witnessed
Sontaran.
first the destruction
Yeah, again,
of
it's
your
good that
female
they've
companion.
maintained that.
Yeah. So the Doctor didn't get killed by that blood. What was the Sontaran's? Does it just kind of stun?
But be careful.
I think it was set to lightly warm,
Right.
like toasting a bagel, like lowest setting.
Yeah.
With the job of restoring his
It has a little dial that has little words next to it. Poke, sizzle, fry, annihilate.
Now I wonder, is this Jon Pertwee in the costume or a stuntman?
What do you reckon?
I don't know. Pertwee is a bit of a kind of action man, isn't he? But
He is.
maybe this is one of the Havoc team.
It wouldn't have to be him for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you'd never know. Someone will know in the comments. Oh,
It
I
feels
once
like the
fallen
sort
on
of
the
thing
chair.
where he'd say, "Oh yeah, I'd actually quite like to do that one."
Doctor, do get up! We've got to get you out!
Oh, what a shot!
Nice.
Something's gone wrong. You must have hit the takeoff button too soon. Come on, I've got about a minute to get out of here. Quick, run!
Nice. I didn't think they'd be able to actually demolish the castle, but that was still pretty well done.
Yeah, it did do pretty well actually.
Yeah, I suppose they could have gone for a model shot blowing up, but it kind of makes sense.
Arngren, his castle, his magic weapons, and his sorcerer, they're all destroyed.
Will you not tell him yourself, Doctor? He will reward you well. We owe you much.
No, I'm sorry. I'm afraid we must be off.
Who is this guy? Budget Robin Hood.
Yeah,
Goodbye. Goodbye.
when you order Robin Hood off of
You are
Wish.com.
truly a great magician, Doctor.
To tell you the truth,
We've got Robin Hood at home.
I'm not a magician at all.
What's so sure about?
Madman with a box.
And then he reappears in the Capaldi era. Lovely. So Sarah Jane's kind of like, yep, sure, I'll come with you.
Yeah, I mean, just, I wondered whether we were going to get a little bit back at sort of Unit HQ. But she just seems to, they just goes back in and off she goes. Like,
Yeah. I quite like the abruptness of the end of some of the classic era episodes. So, like the Doctor kind of saves the day and then is like, right, bye.
see you then.
And sometimes doesn't even leave. Yeah, he just sort of leaves before people kind of realise what's happened, don't they?
Yeah.
Like one moment he was here and then he's gone. Yeah, he doesn't settle. I think that's a kind of key part of his character, that it's always looking onwards, and he's attached to humanity, but he doesn't want to get too attached to one particular place and people. So I thought that was well done.
Yeah, I think it
ends with it literally all being destroyed, apart from that one dude. So
yeah, I do think. I mean, and you're right that it's abrupt in that he leaves very quickly, but I think it also does feel a little bit abrupt in the sort of Lynx is just suddenly killed very quickly, and that's kind of quite quickly wrapped up, and then the Doctor almost kind of he kind of says, doesn't he? Well, that's all done and dusted. Like, almost acknowledges the fact that it's kind of all, that's the end of that, and off I go. So maybe they could have had a bit more of a showdown with the Lynx in the end, because it felt a bit sort of just poof, and it's gone. But
so budget Robin Hood fired an arrow into his vent.
Yeah. And
then he kind of collapses on the console, doesn't he? And either deliberately or accidentally presses the launch button too soon. And then there's a cool shot where it's kind of glowing red hot, isn't there? The capsule.
Yeah.
And then the entire castle was destroyed. Yeah, it was over quite quickly, wasn't it?
Yeah. So I mean, they kind of, they'd obviously said that was going to happen. The build-up was that the castle would be destroyed. So I mean, it's not like that just kind of happened out of nowhere, but in story terms, but in terms of like the actual flow of the story, suddenly there it was.
Yeah, because also it would have provided them an easy means to kind of bring him back in future if they'd just been like, well, yeah, he escapes and it destroys the castle in the process. And then the Doctor and the others walk off. So it was an interest, but it does wrap up the story quite nicely that he's defeated as well. But yeah, could maybe have been given a little bit more time. But overall, a very strong story, I'd say.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I really enjoyed it, and a good sort of introduction for Sarah Jane. Obviously, a slightly new. Well, it's a new era, isn't it? Without Joe, and we can see. Obviously, you've got the new sort of credits and things. It's a new feel for the show, new companion. Yeah, I think it works well. It's a good start.
Totally. Well, let us know. Totally. Sontar. Let us know, peeps, what you think of this story. I imagine it's fairly well regarded in the Doctor Who fandom.
Yeah, very much so. I think it is generally held in pretty good regard by people.
First appearance of Sarah Jane, first appearance of the Sontarans, Jon Pertwee.
First mention of Gallifrey as well in the first two episodes.
Yeah, of course.
We had, so by name.
Yeah, that's a very good point. And I love the description of Time Lords as sort of intergalactic ticket officers.
Yeah, ticket inspector, yeah.
Ticket inspectors, yeah. Let us know if you enjoyed it as much as we did, and do join the Discord community, link in the description below. And we've got Patreon as well. Links to that and the Patreon, where we've got the full commentary tracks. No, that doesn't work. On the Patreon. So yeah, thanks for watching, everyone.
Take care. Bye-bye.